Imagine a war scene where on one side are the world's most powerful military powers, America and Israel, and they have state-of-the-art warplanes, missiles worth billions of dollars, and the world's most advanced air defense system. But the surprising thing is that standing in front of this huge power is a weapon that costs less than an ordinary car, and that small weapon has gradually started changing the entire equation of war. Many military analysts are now saying that because of this drone, Iran has developed a war strategy where the opponent can be pressured not with force, but with intelligence and economics. If the drone that has to be stopped with a missile worth billions of dollars costs only a few $1,000s, then it is easy to imagine how much the calculation of the war can change. And at the center of this mystery is a strange weapon of Iran, the Shahed 136 kamikaze drone or suicide drone. At first glance, this drone may not seem very ordinary. It does not look like a huge warplane or a terrifying missile. But the reality is that this small weapon has quietly started changing the concept of modern warfare in the last few years. Because until now, everyone thought that the more advanced and expensive the weapon, the more powerful it is on the battlefield. But Shahed 136 seems to be turning that idea upside down. Do some calculations. America's famous Tomahawk cruise missile costs several $1,000,000. Russia's KH-101 cruise missile also costs close to $1,000,000. Iran's own Fateh 101 ballistic missile can also cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. But in the midst of all this, a weapon appears that costs only a few $1,000s. Sometimes it costs less than an ordinary old car. And that weapon is the Shahed 136 drone. And this is where the real secret of this drone's power begins. This drone is often called a kamikaze drone or a suicide drone. In military terms, it is also called a loitering munition because it does not hit directly like a normal missile, but it keeps circling in the sky for a long time and keeps looking for a target, like a bird of prey looking for prey. Some targets are not always visible. They appear for a while and then disappear within a few seconds. So this drone keeps circling in the sky above the target for a long time and waits for the right moment. And when that moment comes, it suddenly jumps down and destroys the target with an explosion and ends itself. Another strange feature of this drone is that its sound when it flies in the sky, the sound of its engine, sounds a lot like a scooter, which is why it is sometimes called a flying scooter, because it uses a small two-stroke engine that works a lot like a scooter engine. And that strange sound often creates fear in people's minds, because when someone hears this sound in the sky, he understands that something is coming. The length of this drone is about 3.5 meters, and the wingspan is about 3 meters. The entire drone weighs only 220 kilograms. There's an explosive warhead in front, which can weigh from 30 to 50 kilograms, and there is a propeller in the back that rotates and moves the drone forward. Along with this, a simple two-stroke gasoline engine is used in the drone. It can generate up to 50 horsepower, and it helps the drone fly at a speed of about 200 kilometers per hour. There is no separate cooling system installed in it. When the drone flies fast, the air cools its engine. To help the drone fly steadily, there is a control fan at the back. There are flaps and ailerons on the wings that help the drone change direction. These are controlled by small servo motors. There is a small computer system in the middle of the drone that controls the entire flight, as well as a GPS system inside it that tells the drone its location through satellites. If the GPS does not work for some reason, the drone uses the inertial navigation system. The sensors in it calculate the speed and direction of the drone and steer it in the right direction. In some cases, this drone can even detect radar signals. If a radar signal from an air defense system is found, the drone can attack in that direction itself. Because when the radar of a defense system is destroyed, the entire system becomes blind. This drone is launched into the sky by a special launcher truck. There is a launch rail on the truck, where the drone is placed at a corner. Then the small rocket booster attached below it is launched. That booster quickly lifts the drone into the sky. Then, when the main engine of the drone is started, the booster separates itself. The range of this drone is about 2,000 kilometers, but its real strength is that it usually does not attack alone. Sometimes many drones are sent into the sky at once. Sometimes more than 100 drones can fly together. And they don't all hit the same place, but they choose different targets. These drones usually don't fly very high, but rather fly close to the ground, so it's often too late to be detected by radar, and when they are detected, it may already be too late. Of course, it is technically possible to destroy them, but this is where the biggest problem comes in: cost. Because a drone costs only a few $1,000s, and a missile that costs hundreds or millions of dollars is often used to destroy it. For example, the cost of the Tamir missile used in Israel's Iron Dome system is much higher than this drone. Again, if you use the American Patriot missile, the cost increases several times. In other words, to destroy a cheap drone, you often have to use a weapon that costs several times more than that drone. And when hundreds of drones attack at once, the defense system also comes under pressure. That is why many military experts believe that Shahed 136 is not just a drone, but a symbol of a new reality of modern warfare. A reality where a small drone worth only a few $1,000s is fighting against weapons worth billions of dollars. Many may have already heard that Israel and America are running out of interceptor missiles. Because while Iran can quickly and in large numbers produce such drones, developing advanced interceptor missiles is much more time-consuming and expensive. So where this fight will ultimately go and what awaits ahead is now largely predictable.